Imagine the heart of Rome, the mighty Colosseum echoing with the roars of the crowd. But it's no ordinary blood sport this day. On the sand, the emperor himself strides, clad not in purple robes but in the crude garb of a gladiator. This is no mere spectacle. This is a scandal, a perversion of power. This is the story of Commodus, the emperor who fought as a slave. The Roman Empire, an era of military might, political intrigue, and awe-inspiring grandeur. Yet, even at its peak, shadows linger, tales of emperors pushed to the brink of sanity, their whims twisting the very fabric of Rome. Few are as infamous as Commodus, a ruler who descended from the heights of power into the bloody, brutal embrace of the arena. His reign began in 180 AD, a time of relative peace and prosperity. But this young Caesar would prove a far cry from his revered father, the philosopher-emperor Marcus Aurelius. Lucius Aurelius Commodus, born in 161 AD, not merely into privilege, but into the heart of absolute power. His father, Marcus Aurelius, was the last of the so-called five good emperors, a lineage known for wisdom and just rule. Yet in Commodus, this legacy of noble leadership began to rot. Perhaps the seeds of his troubled reign were sown early. While his father tirelessly defended the borders of the empire, Commodus lived in pampered luxury. At the tender age of 16, he was already named co-emperor, a mere formality rather than true preparation for the daunting task of leading Rome. Upon Marcus Aurelius's death in 180 AD, a grievously unprepared young man of 19 ascended the throne. Power, especially unchecked power, can be a dangerous elixir. Initially, Commodus's rule was marked by indulgence rather than outright malice. He hastily ended his father's grueling military campaigns and lavished money on entertainment for Rome's restless masses. But as the treasury emptied, Commodus's grip on authority began to slip. The Senate, long kept in check by his father's wisdom, began to stir against his excesses. Plots and conspiracies swirled like smoke around the young emperor. A failed assassination attempt likely fueled Commodus's growing paranoia. Now his focus shifted. It was no longer the grand affairs of state, but the immediate, intoxicating roar of the crowd, the brutal theater of the Colosseum. Forget the notion of honorable combat. Commodus's appearances in the arena were farcical displays of cruelty masquerading as sport. He slaughtered exotic animals, brought at enormous expense from the far corners of the empire, often from positions of safety that removed any element of personal risk. His gladiatorial opponents were frequently not trained warriors, but amputees, terrified prisoners, or men so overmatched that the fight was a mere formality. He demanded to be celebrated as Hercules reborn, yet his victories were empty, devoid of any true challenge. So why descend into this grotesque parody of courage? Historians and scholars offer a multitude of theories, each offering a chilling glimpse into the mind of a deeply troubled leader. Commodus's behavior veered further into the erratic. His claims of godhood went beyond the usual exaggeration of emperors. Did he truly believe his own propaganda? Was the arena a stage for enacting twisted fantasies of divine power? His lavish spectacles, including his arena appearances, were a drain on Roman finances. Perhaps he saw the adoration of the crowd, however falsely earned, as validation his policies lacked. The Colosseum became an escape, a place where the fickle love of the mob could be manufactured. Fear is a powerful tool of leadership. In humiliating his opponents and slaughtering beasts, was Commodus projecting an image of absolute dominance. His victories sent a stark message: dissent, and your fate might be the sand beneath the emperor's feet. Did Commodus, seeing military prowess was not his forte, seek an alternative path to immortal fame? Was the arena, in his warped vision, a place to eclipse even the conquests of his father? A weak ruler is easily swayed. It's said Commodus's closest advisors were less statesmen and more flatterers, profiting from his excesses. Did they nurture his obsession with the arena, seeing it as a means to manipulate a man ill-suited to true leadership? In truth, it's likely a poisonous cocktail of all these elements, and perhaps others we cannot fully comprehend from across the gulf of centuries. In Commodus, we see the terrible potential that lies within unchecked power, the grotesque lengths a desperate ego can travel to in pursuit of admiration, control, or even an escape from the heavy burden of leadership. His is a disturbing chapter in Roman history, one that continues to fascinate and horrify in equal measure. And now let's consider the dark legacy this strange saga left behind. Commodus's story ends not with a bang but with a whimper. Conspiracies finally consumed him and he was assassinated, his reign a blight on the legacy of the emperors who came before him. His obsession with the arena is a dark, cautionary tale, a tarnished chapter in the grand saga of ancient Rome. Yet the question still echoes across centuries. Was Commodus just a madman consumed by ego and delusion, or was there a desperate calculation beneath the theatrics, a pathetic, twisted attempt to regain a hold on power that was slipping away? In the roar of the crowd, did he hope to drown out the whispers of betrayal swirling within his own palace? Commodus's bloody spectacle offers a morbidly fascinating insight into the human psyche. It reminds us that even those at the pinnacle of power are not immune to insecurity, fear, or the corrupting allure of ill-placed adoration. If you found this chilling glimpse into history fascinating, do like and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the darker corners of the past. Let us know in the comments, what other strange tales from history shall we delve into next?